Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what's going on? What up, what up, what up? All you happy hashers out there. Well, I ain't not so happy anymore. I mean, pretty much mining's dead. I mean, I don't know who can sit there and like honestly think that they have what they call profits, you know? Um, I mean, I don't look at mining calculators as the end all be all, but you can get a damn good temperature reading of the whole state of mining with home mining, right? I mean, it's like at this point you are mining, spec mining, or basically hopes that whatever you're picking is going to go up. We call that gambling. Um, I mean, there's a good chance that a lot of the stuff will go up. You know, very good chance, but we haven't seen an altcoin cycle. It looks like Bitcoin stole all the glory going up, and the altcoins are left behind crying. And it's what I'm talking about right here. A 4070 Ti making 5 cents. That is your most profitable card right now, is a 4070 Ti, according to this, on Bitcoin Gold of all shitcoins. This shitcoin's been around for a hot minute. So, I mean, it's not like it's going to fucking rug pull anybody. So, I mean, you know, you mine it, cool. But it's like, Sony, I'm here. Yo, what's up? But you know, it's like after that, it's like what profits? Absolutely, what fucking profits? You got a 5070, a 4080, a 7900 XT, and your CMP 170HX are breaking even. You know, mining from Ergo to Bitcoin Gold. That is not sustainable. I mean, I like, and this is at 11 cents per kilowatt hour. Anybody above me by 1 penny, you are not making profit. You are purely gambling. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if there's a particular project you're going, hey, I fucking nerd out over this project. Why are you shitting on me? Bro, support the project that you want. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's your hash rate, it's your hardware, it's your money. If you feel like you want to help support that network and help bring security to that particular network, by all means, brothers, do so. I would never discourage somebody. Now, I would discourage people going, should I buy some hardware? It's like, no. There's no prospects right now moving forward. I mean, if you guys like think that I mean, hell, I've got equipment for sale. If anybody is looking for equipment, I take Bitcoin for equipment. I go from 1070s to 3080s, you know. And so I'm willing to fucking sell a lot of my equipment off right now. Not that, oh, I'm done with mining. I'm still fucking mining. I got my my two ASICs going for Litecoin. Would I like to get a better Litecoin miner? Probably. I'd like to get something a little bit more efficient. I'm just looking for efficiencies on my end. So, I mean, if there's anybody that's looking for some killer deals on some good used equipment, hit me up, man. I got everything. 3090s, 3080s, 6600 XTs. Yep. Hit me up. If you are actually serious, you know, hit me up in the Discords. But, you know, it's like I'm not sitting here telling other people, you know, somebody like one of my friends comes up to me and says, hey, I know you've been mining since 2018. I'd like to get in. I'd be like, pump that brake. None of my GPUs are running. You know, unless it's a free hash Friday. I don't know what's today? Say free hash Friday? Probably not. Smash that lizard like button. If it's free hash Friday, I mean, you got to smash that lizard like button. I'm just saying. Only if it's free hash Friday. I think it's free hash Friday. If it's free hash Friday, you got to smash that lizard like button. I think so. I think that's how this works. But I mean, you're seeing over here that, you know, you quickly go out of profitability really quickly here. There's a few reasons. There are. What to mine, right? And this is just another calculator. I mean, hashrate.no and whattomine.com. These are just like a gauge. It's not the end all be all. This doesn't have every single coin ever to be produced. This proof of work that came out yesterday. It's not. They're not that quick about it. Hashrate.no, they're a little faster with it, but these guys will at least get some of the shit coins onto here a little quicker. Cool. You come click on it. I wonder if they got that yet. Nope. They're still. Because, if you go to their front page and, new coin listed, Walla. So, another meme coin to be listed. So, if it's profitable, it might be able to be mined on, right? We're looking at, FPGAs over here. We got our Offspray. And that'd be losing me, $1.50 a day by mining on Offspray. And that'd be on Radiant. Right? Or if you got a super scalar K10, man, you could be gloriously losing $5 a day. You come into the ASIC world and you can see what's really profitable, right? And you can see it right here. We got a D9 Antminer making $79 a day. That thing is gonna be expensive. It's going to be absolutely expensive to try to grab these. Anything that shows profitability in any fashion, oh my lord. I mean, you can go right up onto another one that I like to look at here, ASIC miner value. And it's showing, the AE box 2 making $15 a day. I don't know where they're coming up with this $80 worth of profit on a D9 Antminer. I question that. These would be the most profitable things out there right now, if this is actually fucking true. I have my greater doubts, and when it comes down to the ASIC stuff, I usually look at ASIC miner value. No show to them, it's free. I like free tools, but this one seems to be the one that's the most in line that I've been able to completely verify with my own personal equipment that I own. So if I can verify it, I'm just telling you guys, don't trust, verify. That's what all proof of work is all about, right? I trust ASIC miner value on what they're saying is where the profitability is, what's the most profitable. You got your vocal miner D1 on Litecoin making $13 a day. But you're going to spend 12 grand on this thing, right? You want to make $15 a day on a gold shell? 2 grand, buddy. It's this is now getting into the territory of where, the humble miner is going to get priced out from here. Why? So this comes up to one of the reasons why, the crypto market is just absolutely sucking. For at least on the crypto mining side. All these proof of work coins, they don't care about the home miner. They don't care about GPUs. All their end goal is to get to ASICs by any means necessary. They need to make themselves incentivizing all the ASIC manufacturers to go, hey, look, we should make an ASIC for this. There's profits over here. Instead of being more humble to the home miner and allowing there to be a big network effect of more GPUs on the network than there are ASICs. Or doing what Ethereum did. I think Ethereum did this by accident. That because it was a GPU mineable coin that they were trying to balance on the GPU, that ASICs couldn't mine every single nonce. It wasn't effective. So it kept part of the network separate, right? So because all these cryptocurrency coins, these shit coins, are trying to go ASIC so damn quickly, the network effect is that in order for these shit coins to go ASIC, they have to be able to pay for that security level, right? I'm not going to go up to the top number one Brink security for my house. I don't have that kind of money. I'm going to have to do that gradually, which means I have to make more and more and more money before I can go, hey, look, I can afford the payment for Brink's home security. Oh my God. I'm not going to sit there and be like, yeah, the coin's been out for I've been doing this for 2 weeks. I'm getting Brink. No, I'll be bankrupt. And then you look at these coins. What's happening in these coins? ASICs come on, coin never recovers. It just slides down. Now, you're going to see these coins. They will do pumps here and there. Don't get me wrong. But look at the giant altcoins, the big bad boys since 2018 that I've seen. The top 20 has changed so many times. There's been a few outliers that stay up there, Ethereum, you got Ethereum, XRP, Doge, Litecoin. These have been in the top 20 for a very long time. Everything else has kind of changed in and out of the top 20 a lot. You don't see that too often. Ethereum has never recovered because of what happened. People pulled their value out of Ethereum. That's what ends up happening with ASICs, is that people have infrastructure they got to pay for. I have a network effect of I put in a bunch of infrastructure that I need to now pay for. And that means your particular favorite altcoin that now went ASIC is going to have to pay that bill, which means that all the user base has to pay for that bill because they're going to put selling pressure to Bitcoin to get out of that market so that they can pay their bills, or take a loan out on that Bitcoin so they can pay their bills, because nobody's going to sit there and give me, a bankroll for some altcoin. They will for Bitcoin, not some altcoin. Altcoins trend down over time. These are proven facts historically since Bitcoin has been created. Anything that's an alt to a Bitcoin trends down. Ethereum kind of had a little something going on that because they were grassrooted with a home-based community that could participate. That gave them an edge. They took that edge away. So now all we were left with is a bunch of shit coins with obscure projects that have some cool little features to them, but nothing that I would sit there and say, oh, I want to support that fully with my hardware and lose money in the process. There's just nothing out there for this at all. What up, Jason? The Tiger Osborne. He's like, I'm a little late. That's fine. And it's like I've been sitting here ranting and raving on this aspect for the longest time, that there is nothing out there that actually can pay for the level of security that they're hoping for, because they're trying to think that if they can jump to ASIC real quick, they'll have network effect. Everybody needs to slow the hell down. If you're seeing ASICs roll out on there just because there's dollars on it, you're about to watch those dollars eviscerate. It's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. And if anybody thinks otherwise, you just haven't been in crypto long enough. I've been in crypto long enough to have seen these cycles happen every couple of years, where you'll see the cycle of where mining drops back, right? I'm cool with that. But right now, we just missed an entire Bitcoin cycle with no significant altcoin movement. in comparison to Bitcoin, right? And mining has been abysmal for anybody at home. And I can sit there and go, you know what? Forget about any of the profits. I don't care about actually. I'm in it for the tech, right? Um, but I'm sitting here going, if I'm gonna sit there and go, I like this project. It's got cool ideas. I like the developers behind it. You know what? Even though I'm not making dollars right now, man, I'm making a ton of coin. Totally worth it right now. I've mined through one of those markets where I made no money. I was losing money, but I was getting a ton of coin on the other side. Totally worth it to me. I can see mining through that. This last round, I've turned my stuff off. It's like I do not see the value proposition if I could sit there and get a better value return just by buying Bitcoin. And if there was a particular project I wanted to hold on to the coin, I could sit there and take the same electric bill that I would pay for, buy Bitcoin, go into that market, and I would yield more coin than I could mining it. That's bad. So that's where a lot of my stuff I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of done with that. Not that the equipment's bad, not that the equipment's not effective. There's just a lot of people that are participating in what little GPU markets that are out there that haven't been slammed with an ASIC yet. We need to find another coin that's going to be like, you know what? Our focus is for the home miner, and we're going to give them an open sandbox to go play in, because that's what Ethereum gave us. Was they're like, hey, look, we're going to give you guys something to participate in. Y'all can participate in it. I don't care who you are. And here's your open sandbox playground. Go build. That was awesome. It was almost like having Minecraft of the programming world, right? So, I mean, it was like a lot of possibilities were endless, and people were participating with their mining rigs, and that's how they were funding the building. So now, where is that value proposition at this point? There is none. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna. I'm not sitting here going to say that mining can never come back. It's just right now, there's no value proposition. Everybody's so focused on going ASIC, and once you go ASIC, you cut a lot of your at-home miners out of the system from participating. You now have raised the bar of entry to a point where I would say more than half of the home miners cannot participate in that. It's hard enough to sit there and go, oh, let me get a GPU at $2,000. And sit there and like, yeah, now I can get an ASIC at $2,000. Sure. And then I turn around in 6 months, that $2,000 ASIC, and God, I've seen them in 2 months. A $2,000 ASIC be dropped down to $800 in 2 months. And you never made your value proposition back from it, because there was so much sell pressure of everybody trying to recuperate their $2,000 they just forked out. Yeah. So I guess that, it's like, it's my little rant on the whole market overview. I mean, you guys can take it for what it is. It's my opinion. I'm just a boob tuber. Who am I, But yeah, I just don't see any coins out there going, yeah, we deserve to have ASICs on here. I don't see that. And a lot of people right now are grabbing these ASICs and they're getting burned. There's a lot of people out there that have been sitting there and, promoting a lot of these ASICs that are kind of unattainium, first off. And then once somebody does get them, like I said, within 6 months, nobody. And there is nobody that's going to want to sit there and buy it off of you, even after a few months, because they're consistently watching that price drop. Yo, Sadie with the gifted memberships. Yo, nice, nice. We got a whole bunch of people that are part of the memberships. Thank you, Sadie. You rock. Got 5 new members. But I mean, we need to sit there and like kind of try to I don't know, like stop getting so giddy over these projects that have a little glimmer of, oh, we got profits over here, come on everybody, mine here. Just be like, slow up. Like, there's been a bunch of stuff that I've been able to mine here and there that would have given me some profitability. I could have been spec mining this whole time, and I could have been making a little bit of money, and I do mean a little bit, over my electric bill. I mean, I could sit there and easily write up a $1,500 electric bill at home. No problem. I need to get more than $1,500 worth of value back. And guess what? I have to sell that to pay bills. So I mean, it's like, where else are we? You got somebody like myself that's going, oh, well, I'm gonna sell this coin. So whatever profits that are in that coin are eventually gonna get extracted out of there. That's the other problem with altcoins. People know better not to hold on to this shit. You can't trust the developers. You can't trust the promoters on these coins. You can't trust the wallets that they're utilizing because they've got security, vulnerability stuff. You name it. Like, these altcoins have so many fucking problems. That it's like, we all got to just kind of slow up on trying to, jump on board with this stuff just because it's profitable for right now. I've watched stuff be profitable for 15 minutes, and I can sit there and look on networks and watch people jump off, and they all start mining, and within 10 minutes you start watching the price value dropping because they're just starting to, after 10-15 minutes, starting to get some of the payouts because they got enough hash rate, and they start selling immediately. And it's like, and you see that over and over. I mean, if you guys are newer to the market, like, this is your first roll of, you've been mining for a little bit, but you're kind of making a little bit of money, and you're wondering, where did everybody say I was going to be? I get a lot of coin. I'm not. This is some of the reasons why. What up, the pirate? Welcome back. Definitely, everybody, smash that little like button. We know how the YouTube algorithm works on this shit. We have to pay homage every once in a while to the YouTube overlords. We got to make sure they know that you are actually alive, breathing, and watching. Yo, the pirate coming back with another month subscription in the test hash section. My man, thank you. Much love to you, my man. Much love. Now it's like, it's like, is there any other kind of profitability, right? That's the other thing. Is there anything out there that can you smell any kind of profitability off of, right? I would say there are some things that are semi-profitable, I would guess. You can come over here and, like, let's say you got a 5900X. You can be making about 18-ish cents a day. I've got a bunch of 5950Xs. That one, I would be making about 17 cents a day mining away. I usually mine a Monero Ocean dot stream, and it's like they kind of mine whatever's profitable off the CPU miner itself, and they pay you out in Monero. So really nice. So you'd be making 17 cents worth of Monero a day off of it. Not bad if you got a whole bunch of them. I mean, it's not like you're running a whole lot of power through these CPUs. So I mean, these are actually holding on to a little bit of glimmer of profitability. So if you guys are like, and it's not mining advice, but I wouldn't be running any of my GPUs. Because none of those are profitable right now. And I'd be running all of my My CPUs. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, talking about CPUs. Ugh. I was having a problem with one of my 5950Xs on my that is the ASRock board. My ASRock board was having an issue. And I was running them with they're the Corsair. It was the Corsair 750 watt power supply. All it was running was a single CPU, a 5950X, and that thing isn't even over. It's in a. The only thing overclocked was the RAM. Everything else is bone stock on it. I overclocked the RAM a little bit. I didn't even play with voltages, and started having issues. And at first, I played with the RAM, unplugged the RAM, plugged the RAM back in. Everything started working. Then it crapped out on me again. This time I replaced the RAM on it, and it started working again. I'm like, all right, cool. And as it was working the last time, I got up in the morning. I looked at it. The board was still on. I could see the lights flashing. I'm like, oh, cool, it's doing stuff. I go to look at the mining pool side, and I'm like, well, I'm missing one. Go up on the Hive OS, and I'm like, it sees it there. Kind of. It's not doing anything. It's like in an idle state. I'm like, that's odd. I turn it off, turn it back on. Now it's acting really weird. I put my test GPU on it, hook it up to a monitor. I'm like, I got a video output on it once. It was complaining about CPU fan error. I look at it, I'm like, the fans are on and spinning. What the hell are you talking about? So I turn it off, and I'm like playing with stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and unplug stuff. I mean, we've been having so many stories of people talking about, oh, did you plug it in all the way? You know, with the new GPUs? Yeah. So I started unplugging everything, plugging it back in. I came up to the power cable for the CPU. So, power supply side, we're fine. This was motherboard side. We a little melty. There we go. Oh, yeah. Melted the entire ground line. I was not making any connection off of ground. Thankfully, it was ground that melted off. It had been running for years with no issue with this cable. This is a stock cable from Corsair. Obviously, without disturbing it, it got unhappy. I went to go unplug it, and it actually broke the lock off of this thing, and I'm like, well, that's a little odd. And pulled it out, and it was just like, oh, maybe that's the problem. And it's just been slowly dying, and then just quit making connection altogether, and just got really funky on me. That was epic. Like, no magic smoke, no nothing. So, you know, if your motherboard's ever having boot up problems, check your cable on the motherboard for supplying power, especially if you've been binding on it. Now, this wire for the CPU is supposed to be rated at like 600 watts. Or no, 300 watts. I'm sorry, 300 watts. This is minimally rated for 300 watts. There's no way a 5950X pulled enough wattage to do that. I plugged in another Corsair. I had a 1 out of 1,000 watt power supply box. Plugged that in. Fine. Booted right on up, no problems. But yeah, if you're ever having weird boot up problems, check your cables, guys. It didn't look smoked, Jason. Oh. All you're seeing is the top of this. This is the good side, right? So you would see the lock on there, no problem, right? The wires are not burned. There's nothing wrong with the wires in any way, shape, or form. These wires are absolutely pristine looking. No discoloration of any. I mean, there's some dust on it. That's it. There was no outward sign that this had melted. There was no smoke. There was no melted plastic that was visible. So this is not something that you would normally see. So this is, yeah, I wish I could tell you what the actual issue it really was on it. Oh, wow. And I just broke the little bit of plastic off of that just now. So this was actually just getting fragile. I wonder if there's like a connection, like the plastic in this was degrading. That could be it. That one, there's no way of knowing if that was actually, because that was all together just a second ago. I heard it crunch in my hand whenever I kind of bent the wire. So it just fell down. Bet you it's somewhere on my desk here. I don't see it. But yeah. Nothing outward on there. So if you're ever like I said, if it's just kind of booting up weird on you, check your power cable to the CPU, guys. I would rather have somebody take 2 seconds to unplug and plug it back in and know that that's not the problem. Yo, Sadie with the $5 dono. Thank you. You rock. You rock. And we got 10 awesome people watching. Smash that Lizzie like button, guys. Yo, let the YouTube algorithm know that you're alive, breathing, and have a pulse. And FA's in the Chisley chat for Sadie. She gave out 5 free memberships and a $5 dono. Yo. It's like you started replacing cables every 3 years just to be safe. Jason, I've ran cables. Like, think about this. You're not pulling apart your main PC every 3 years just to replace cables. Unless you're plugging them in and unplugging them a lot, then I would say so. You want to replace them if you're really, really concerned. Like between 30 to 50 cycles of that plug being plugged in and plugged out, you should be replacing everything. Between 30 to 50 cycles. Most cables are rated for 30 times. The high voltage power connectors like 20 times. The PCIe standard is 30 times. I think Molex and SATA is the same thing, about 30 times, and you're technically supposed to replace the stuff. So kind of be careful with that stuff. I mean, take that as a grain of salt. This PC, that power supply had only probably been unplugged and plugged in a handful of times. Probably maybe 10, 15 times that cable had been unplugged and plugged back in. So, yeah. It was just odd to come across that. I've got cables that are from 2018 still rocking. So I don't think that it's really an issue of, oh, it's been 3 years, I got to replace it. It's just more or less how many times have you used it, unplugged it and plugged it back in. And I'd be worrying about that stuff. But let's go into another, we kind of dogged on to the idea of from the mining side, why is crypto been so abysmal, is that we've got cryptos that are so hyper focused on going ASIC that they're They are shooting the boat they're sailing on as they're building. So yeah, they're so happy to build the ship. They're just shooting the gun down instead of up in the air. Yeah. So they're building a sinking vessel, and these developers are too stupid to understand this. And I don't care what developer wants to listen to this, at any point in time, I will say to their fucking faces, you want ASICs so badly that you will make the evolutional jump within 2 years to get an ASICs. You're a greater fool, you're a fucking idiot, and you don't know what you're doing. Because you've got to gradually get that hash rate. Because if you go instant ASIC, the only thing that's left is ASIC. You've, in essence, you didn't just slowly push the GPUs off to the market. You booted them off and then left with everybody that's going to sit there and sell. You just shot your own program in the foot. Your program will slowly bleed out. I don't care if there's ups and, I'm making profit right now. And then, I'm not making profit, but it'll come back. And you'll watch your profit jumps slowly go down until it's just like, I turned those off a while back. I stopped making money with it. Did you make whatever, like if you spent $1,500 on a gold shell, did you make $1,500 on it? Nope. Your expected rate of return, if I spend $1,500 within a year, I would expect to make $1,500 in a year, or have $1,500 worth of value back. Yeah, exactly, Sadie. That has got to be one of the prime examples. Caspa. It's like you can get gold shells who sell $300 ASICs for $6,000, and everyone sells your coin to recoup the cost. Exactly, the pirate. He gets it. Well, that's one. That's from the one side of things. Let's go ahead and look at a whole different aspect. And I don't even have to go and get political on this one. We're going to stay out of the politics, but we're going to look at what the political policies have done to destroy shit, right? So, if you guys haven't been paying attention here too much, let me back up here and we got our stock market summaries. S&P 500 has done a pretty good pullback. It is just recently flipping to a 0.08% into the positive. It has been getting slaughtered here for a little while. The NASDAQ 100, same thing. It was getting slaughtered for a little bit there. Sure, they're trending upward only because of the fact that there's money printing going on, and when money prints, they're really happy. The problem that we're going to be going into, guys, and what a lot of people don't realize, is that we have a lot of these publicly traded companies that are companies under management. What does that mean? Take, for instance, Pep Boys. I used to work for Pep Boys many, many moons ago. I want to say 2015, 2016, somewhere right around there. Carl Icahn with the Icahn Corporation, which that is a management asset company backed up by Goldman Sachs. So you can already see how bad this little entity really is. Carl Icahn is known for hollowing out companies. How does this portray to us crypto miners? How does this portray to us crypto investors, stock investors? These are the same people that are investing right along with us. our economy in the United States, and I'm going to say the greater part of the world, all these mega corporations, they're about to go bankrupt. Especially all the ones that, and I'm not saying that every one of them, I'm saying all the ones that are assets under management. So, take for instance Pep Boys, right? Pep Boys went into assets under management. I didn't understand what I was dealing with at that time. I know more today than I did at that, back in 2018. I knew that Carl Icahn the Icahn Corporation hollowed out companies, but I didn't understand how they did it. I watched some of it happen firsthand, doing research on it. I now understand what I was looking at. So a company goes, a publicly traded company gets bought out by a management firm, and a management firm is just a conglomerate of a bunch of investors all together. And then they go and buy up a company. And, in the investment firm, they're going to catch, if it's a small little firm, 1-2%. If it's a bigger firm, they might get a little less, but they've got more of them to make money off of. So they're making money hand over fucking fist, right? And these asset management companies are buying profitable companies. Boys was very, very, very fucking profitable. The location that I worked at, we were somewhere around 15 to 18 million dollars in parts alone. Just parts. We were highly profitable for our location. Our location between the commercial parts department, which we delivered parts to all the other little mom and pop shops in the area. We had our own mechanic shop. Plus, we had our over-the-counter, do-it-yourself part sales. And we were clearing $8 million a year at our location. Don't tell me we weren't fucking profitable. The problem is, this is where it kind of gets fucked up, right? The asset management company, this isn't new, guys. This isn't new. It's supposed to be fucking illegal, but since the 1980s, we've had Republicans and Democrats both chisel away at shit, and it fucking fucked everything up. I'll circle back to this in a second, right? So, what ends up happening is you have a company like Pep Boys. They get bought out by Icahn. Icahn not going to sit there and pay oh God, what was it? It was something like, it was like right around $40 million. I think they were buying it out for, it might have been more than that. No, it was way more than that. It's like it was like $140 million, something like that. It was like some big numbers. I don't remember right off the top of my head. It's been many, many moons since it happened. But anyway, it's not the point of what I'm bringing up here. So Carl Icahn's not gonna pony up that money himself. He's gonna take a loan out, right? So the asset management company is gonna take a loan out. But here's the kicker: the loan's not underneath the asset management company name. The loan is to Pep Boys. So Pep Boys took out a loan to buy itself. And now it's responsible for the same fucking loan. So we have a profitable company before this loan. Now we just put a debt load onto here Carl Icahn's not responsible for in any way, shape, or form. What does he do? He starts going, well, we need to gut all this bloat out of the company. We need to show better profits. So he starts cutting down personnel. What he calls is a redundancy in personnel. Now, sure, some of it could be a redundancy in personnel. I could totally see that. Okay, cool. I don't need management on top of management on top of management on top of management. But that affected more of the upper management, right? First thing that happened was a pay raise freeze. And that pay raise freeze for all employees of all Pep Boys was a freeze for 5 years. Nobody got pay raises. Why? Because ICANN was not wanting to pay that. They wanted that money. So ICANN is taking a dividend, like let's say a 1% dividend from the company, right? And then all the investors that are in that same group all want they want to get paid, so they're going to take their dividends out of the system, right? You see where it's going, right? So by the time you turn around, the ICANN Corporation micromanaging Pep Boys is all pissed off at Pep Boys because Pep Boys is not pulling enough of a profit to pay for the loan. So now Carl Icahn buys up, parts department, and SEC comes down on him saying you can't be a monopoly, you can't be selling the parts to every other parts vendor plus selling parts yourself. So he gets rid of Federal Mughal Parts, but that was just traded into another hand that he's also got his hands dipped into. So it nothing's ever lost. So now at this point, parts are too expensive. He needs to cut that down. So he basically shuts my department down. I was an assistant commercial manager for the parts department. So the whole parts department got annexed out of the whole company. That took care of a lot of jobs. So people like me who've been there for 10 years got let go. Yep. So they let go a lot of people across the whole country, utilizing COVID for this. Took out COVID PPE loans, fulfilled those loans just enough, and then got rid of everybody. Nobody stayed on board. That from the requirement from the COVID, everybody had to, in order to fulfill your PPE loan and not have to pay it back, you had to show that you brought the workforce back to work. What were we doing? They forced us to come back to work because we were getting, unemployment at that time, as everybody was trying to find jobs during COVID, where you couldn't find fucking jobs. And at least I couldn't find jobs in my area. They brought us back, we brought people back to work, to the workforce, so they didn't have to pay that. And as soon as that fulfillment of that contract was done, everybody was let go. There was no need for us to just be there. At that certain point in time, we were coming into work with nothing to do. We were just sitting down, playing cards, playing video games, because there was literally nothing to do. And that was like the last few days. There was nothing to do, so they sent everybody back home. And that's just what a lot of these companies are doing, is that they'll sell off everything, they'll start liquidating everything, because as they're liquidating it, they're paying themselves with all that liquidation, and then telling that same company that they need to pay the loan back. What's wrong with you? Why can't you pull a profit? If you can't pull a profit, we're going to fire you. So now you've got a whole company of people who are absolutely scared that they're going to lose their job on a moment's notice. Yeah, that's a lot of what these asset management companies do. And then you sit there and you look at these big companies that are, and then you're like, oh man, they treat people like shit. And then you find out they're an asset management company that owns them. And then you're like, I get it now. This company is going to be burnt up. In the last year, a year or two, we've had more big companies go under than anybody. We've had over 100 companies go belly up. These are loans that are not getting repaid now. that these asset management companies have hollowed out good companies, and absolutely hollows them out. And who does the workers get mad at? We get mad at the corporations, not the asset management company. Think about this, guys. And they're doing these with these back floating rate loans. So they're taking out variable rate loans on these companies. And what are they? What are they? They're not like traditional bonds. They're floating rate loans. Do not make a fixed interest payment or coupon each period. Instead, a floating rate loan coupons vary based upon prevailing interest rates. These coupons consist of two components: a spread and a floating reference rate. So, in other words, like a company like Pep Boys, they don't even know what their payments are going to be. They know when it's due, but they don't know what the thing is going to be until it gets reevaluated every 30 days. Yeah, that's a fucking kicker, ain't it? And if it goes up 12%, they're fucked. That's why you have companies now like Joann Fabrics. They're going to be going belly up here. They have been traded. They've been assets under management for years. Their locations are still profitable. But what did they do? Oh, Joann Fabrics owns that property. They have a lot of equipment. Well, let's go ahead and sell that property off. And we're going to sell it off over here. But then we're going to make them lease that land out now. So now we just added on another debt load for something that they had already owned. They now have to pay for. These management companies have been absolutely destroying the American economy silently, and with the banks helping them. They're about to make the 2008 crash look like testing grounds. And they've been doing this with the auto loans too. All these auto loans, they're going to go belly up. Do you have a pulse? Are you breathing? We'll give you a loan. When was the last time you had a job? 2 years ago? We'll give you a loan. 0% down. What? You're kidding me, right? It's just a lot of these predatory style loans being brought out. And this stuff is affecting us in the crypto mining space. Why? These same people that are getting wrecked, that are also these asset managers, they're in the crypto space, guys. And when they get wrecked, enough people get wrecked, they start selling. That's what we've been seeing. We've been seeing people having to sell off to cover themselves. This is not retail that has been doing this big sell-off. This has been your big Wall Street investors. They're pulling out. They do not trust investments right now. You should be able to tell that. There's another metric that you guys can look at if you're wondering where you think the market is truly heading out to, right? That's gold, guys. And gold it looks like it's looking like it wants to roll over here. How far is it going to roll over back down? Have no clue. But you're going to sit there, and this is again, and why is gold going to roll over here? Because it's ETFs, fund managers. They're all involved in this shit. It's like you guys want to sit there, and people are like, not you guys, but the greater public want to sit there and dog on all these big companies and they're gouging us. They're this, that. You got to look and see if they are assets under management first. And even if they're not assets under management, some of these companies that are in manufacturing, they're buying parts from companies that are assets under management. So think about it. It's like DoorDash and signed a deal where customers can choose to pay for food deliveries in interest-free installments, deferred option alignment with payday schedules. Oh my God. Say it ain't fucking true. Oh my God. It's like the Bobs came in from Office Space. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you got to be kidding me. Wow. That is crazy. It's like, tell me that the world's economy is not going to crash here without telling me that the world economy is not going to crash. You cannot consistently monetize debt. That is not sustainable. Not sustainable in any way, shape, or form. This is not sustainable. This is fucking everybody. And people want to tell me that Busy Bitcoin is not correlated to any of this stuff. You're a lunatic. This is all correlated. Bitcoin, gold, silver, shitcoin market, stock market, ETF, they're fucking connected. All these asset managers are fucking entrenched into this shit. So when they fuck everything up because the banks are fucking bankrolling this is going to be 2008, but they learned their lesson from 2008. They figured out how to hide it. Now it's not going to be able to be hidden too much longer. This shit's about to come out. And you can tell that Donald Trump is trying to fucking do what he can to prevent this from fucking being an absolute massacre of the lower and middle class is about to get fucking pinched. It happened in 2008. Who bailed out the banks in 2008? The middle class did. Not the mega rich, not the rich, not the wealthy. It was the middle class. And the middle class almost doesn't exist anymore. It's like I would be considered middle class. And I'm lucky if I've got $1,000 in my bank account. That's pretty bad. You know, it's like how before, back, 30 years ago, middle class, 20, 30 years ago, middle class, you would on average see them with $10,000 to $60,000 in savings. Be like, this is my nest egg of something bad happened. I'm not screwed. Same person today is lucky if they've got $10,000 in their bank account. They've been almost eviscerated. Now, does this mean that there's no opportunities? No. Never let a crisis go to waste. Never let a crisis go to waste. Somebody smarter than me said that. In other words, there's always an opportunity because, hey, maybe this company's stock option went down. But there's nothing changed fundamentally with the company. They're not going anywhere. Opportunities will arise. Pepe, I can see you back there. Don't be trying to eat the plastic. Weirdo. Cat likes to eat plastic. But yeah, I mean, we need to sit there and stop, like, for us. I mean, we know better. Don't be buying shit you can't afford. If you can't buy 5 of them, you can't afford 1 of them. It's like that used to be the standard. You know, you're not in a race to spend your entire life savings in one shot. But our government's doing it to us for us. So now we're being incentivized to spend it faster than our government's going to steal it from us. And, for the first time, we've got a government that's trying to save us money by not trying to get the government spending back under control to where they're not ruthlessly spending money. But we got the banks, they got unhinged. This is something that Donald Trump did. Or no, I'm sorry. This is not something that Donald Trump did. This is what Jerome Powell did. Jerome Powell took off the brakes of the banking system. In other words, the banks had to do fractional reserve lending. In other words, all the loans, they had to prove by the end of the night, at midnight, that they had 10% holdings on their asset books. They don't have that no more. So there's no more guardrails for the banks. Banks are printing money faster than the U.S. government right now. They are straight up pillaging. All these asset companies are fucking pillaging. That's what Jerome Powell did. Let's go back a couple of presidencies. Go to Obama. Obama took away all corporate guardrails away. Why did this happen? Well, we can rewind all the way back into the 80s. Back in the early 80s. In an investment group could not compose of more than 20 people, and they had to all be registered. And what they were doing had to all be shown on their books. Everything they had to show their books, right? Go to George Bush Sr. He relaxes that. It goes from 20 to 50. Okay, I can fucking deal with that. Whatever. These investment groups wanted to have a larger investment group to be able to do stuff. Okay, whatever. As long as it's all disclosed and the assets are all up on their books, we're cool with this. It fucking works. It's not the greatest situation. It works, though. Go to Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton repealed the Glass-Steagall Act. This was one of the major guardrails for them. Now, they were able to have a 100-person group and did not have to disclose anything moving forward. They became an individual entity. And the assets did not have to be on their books no more. It was now party time. And they ran with that all the way to 2008. 2008, with all of that chaos, what came out of there was tighter restrictions for me and you to get housing loans. And the guardrails came off for all these investment groups. There was nothing left to hold them back. What they're doing now, back in the 80s, was absolutely 100% illegal. And it was some of the things that they had to guardrail themselves from because of stock market crashes. Investment groups are a one-way ticket to a crash. Last year, we had over 100 companies go belly up. We are now looking at, I think, 5 major companies that are about to go belly up. And all the locations are profitable. It's because these investment groups have debt burdened them to the point where they're going to default. These are big loans, guys. I wonder what bank's going to fucking have to get bailed out by the U.S. taxpayers. I'm just saying, too big to fail, or about time that they do fail, and that there's no safety net for them. Be like, if you want to survive, you're going to have to hope that another bank can bail your ass out because the taxpayers shouldn't. This is bad business, and all these banks are all participating in it. Oh, hold on one second. I got a cat where it's not supposed to be. Cat sitting on top of my 3D printer tent. Like, stay away from it. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of these companies. They're going to be going belly up this year. I don't think Trump and Trump's administration is going to be able to stop this. I think they're trying to prevent this, but I don't think that they're going to be able to stop this in any way, shape, or form. I'm like, I hope they can, but I really don't see it happening. So this is just kind of where I'm sitting at with everything, right? And And what are they doing with all of what are the banks doing with all of this, right? They're playing 3-card Monty with this, you know. They're doing what they call a CDS. It's called a credit default swap. So a credit default swap is a financial contract that allows an investor to transfer credit risk to another investor. The buyer pays for the seller's fees and assumes the risk of defaults. The buyer and the seller of a fee to assume the risk of default. So you, as the company, assume the risk of default, not the investor group. See how this works? It's worse than 2008. This is far worse, the pirate. The same people that were giving loan scores, they're doing it again. And these companies are basically sitting there and trading it all around, and they're doing like these carried interest loopholes where the tax treatment of the compensation received by the investment managers, like those in a private equity or hedge funds and venture capital, where their income, typically a share of profits, is taxed as capital gains rather than ordinary income, leading to a potentially lower tax rates. So they're making all this money off of this stuff, and they're getting less taxes for it. This is not being given to these evil corporations. It's these fucking investment groups, these investment firms, these management groups, hedge funds, venture capitalists. That's the fucking problem with the economy right now. Overall economy. These fuckers have been pillaging since 2008 with no guardrails. And the fucking banks have been hiding it. Lehman, they're going to make fucking the 2008 Lehman Brothers look like a test run. And I don't know if the government can fucking fix this. I think that this is something that could be like end times for fucking the financial system in the United States as we know it. And if that fucking happens, oh my God. All these other countries are going to be jockeying for power because there's going to be a vacuum pillage. There's going to be a big old vacuum to fill in the void of the United States going into a hyperinflationary situation. Fucking absolutely wild. Exactly, Zapirate. These hedge funds, assets under management, venture, they get paid no matter what. We don't. Me and you as the working class, we hold the bill. We hold the bill. And it's absolutely wild. This is one of the bigger reasons for the company, these companies all failing, because they've got these collateralized loan obligations, these CLOs. This is not new shit. It's just since 2008 it went fucking off the guardrails, and it's just now. And you know, my big thing is like, okay, this is gonna be the issue. Okay, what would have happened if fucking Kamala Harris, would this still have blown up during Kamala Harris? If she was president? Or would they have like secretly kicked this can down the road by printing them some fucking money? Or was this money that got shut off because of USAID? I'm just saying, you know, what was some of USAID, some of the reasons why these companies are now gonna blow up too? I know, money printer go burr, and not just in the DEI stuff. It goes. This is far more cynical than just DEI crap. This is them sitting there and just shelling out money and keeping float everything that's keeping the stock market going. Because they know if they stop feeding these entities, they will wreck the market. I think we're about to watch that happen in real time. And unfortunately, everybody's going to fucking, blame it all up on Trump. It's like, and this isn't even something that he started. This was before Trump's first term. This was Obama that took all the guardrails away. There was no more guardrails after Obama. So I'm going to blame Democrats for this. Because we had Bill Clinton that took it off in the late 90s. He took off the Glass-Steagall Act, which that opened up Pandora's box. And then Obama just like, we'll shake you out of there. Get out of that box. Go play. Don't come home now. Go away. That's what Obama did. And now we are where we're at right now. Fucking mind-blowing. Yeah. And it's like, this is like money printing on steroids. That's what this is. Absolutely money printing on steroids. Unfortunately, that's just the way that this is all going to be working out. Between that, this and all these shit coins that want to sit there and go to ASIC by any means necessary. That's why our crypto mining industry is so fucking jacked. Because we're getting nailed by this big money. That same big money that people like me have been sitting there warning all of you guys. I've been screaming from the rooftops. Don't let this fucking big hedge fund fucking money into this field. We do not need their fucking money here. Because they bring in their money and they bring in their fucking problems. See? Told you so. And I've been fucking saying this for years, guys. Years. Any of you OGs know I have been fucking bitching about this for years. That we do not need anything. Oh, the wifey's like, bar! I want to get an adult beverage. Yes. we shall do that. So, with that being stated, it's fucking Free Hash Friday, guys. We got to do a little something, right? We got to end on a positive fucking note here. It can't be all bad. I'll show you guys how to make profits, right? You win Free Hash Friday. Boom. I know. Big one. Free Hash Friday, and your instant profit no matter what shitcoin you mine. It's fucking all profit, because I have to pay for the electric on that. Drop those FAs in the Chizzity chat for that one. Oh, while you're dropping those FAs down there, smash that Lizzie like button, fellas. Smash that Lizzie like button. Yo. So let's go ahead and get this going here. Let me copy this. And what up, Northern Crypto Tech? Dropping in those FRs. So let's go ahead and, of course, you got to make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and all that good stuff. And you think I'm like you're how can I put this? Do you think that that altcoins will have a run, And it's like, do you think that? So I want you to put that in there, what it is, and why do you think that it's going to make a run? Well, it's like some of that of sort, stuff. But like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'm just looking for you guys to get a little engagement in here, right? And a little engagement over there on my other channel. So if you guys are looking for, shameless fucking shill. over at RN Homesteading, guys. If you like gardening, you like chickens, and you like to invest into your own health, certainly give that all a look over there, guys. I have a lot of fun over there. I like growing stuff. I know I'm old-fashioned. I'm getting old. I got some gray hairs. Don't look, guys. There is a little gray in there. So try to end this off on a positive note here and give away a little bit of free hash over there. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Watch that video after this too. I mean, I had a little fun with it. We got one comment in so far. Let me make sure that people aren't getting blocked by the YouTubes. So I sometimes have to see that. So one moment, people. Let's see here. Switch account. Just go over there. Make sure nobody's being held up in there. Go to the studio. All right, we got a few people here. Sweet, sweet. Let's see here. Sort by. Let's see here. Let's go for the ones that have been held. Nobody's been held. Cool. Awesome, awesome. And we'll refresh this. We got 5 comments. Nice, nice. Since all you guys have, it's like, what do I comment? Do you think that we're gonna have an altcoin market? Just yes or no. If you think you're gonna have an altcoin market, and if you would like to, I'd like to see your thoughts on what makes you think that we're gonna have an altcoin market, or why do you think we're not gonna see an altcoin market? Do you think that we're gonna see an actual altcoin boom? So we haven't seen one in a long time. I'm just saying. Just saying. Like, I love altcoin. Nice. Just make sure that I've had issues with this one comment picker. I want to make sure that wrong one. Nope, no, not that one. I don't like that one at all. Let's see here. Yep, that looks like the other one doesn't want to work at all. All right, that'll be fine. That's fine. There we go. I seized the tech man on there. I was waiting for him. I saw him make a comment. So now I'm going to refresh this again. We're going to make sure that I've got an extra person here now. And let's see here. Try that again. Pasta. Anything goes. Aha, there we go. We got 6 comments here. Yo. I can now switch this over. We can go like that. All right. Well, we got 6 comments loaded in here. It's a free hash Friday. Let's end off with some free hash rate. Let's do this. So, good luck, everybody. This is for a 24-hour free hash rate on a 34-card 3080 rig, guys. With that being said, good luck, everybody. Here we go. Yo! Rude, my dude, you have won. My man, you have won. Rude, my dude. It's like I love altcoins, and yes, we're gonna see it run. Yo, that's what's up. You know what to do. Get a hold of me in the Discords. We'll get everything set up for you, where you want to mine, all that good stuff. Yep, give our guy Rude over there a big old congratulations. Yo, that's what's up. That's what I like. That's what I like. And good luck to everybody. I mean, typically I try to have like another, it's like at least 2 giveaways, and I've got a 3090 rig. It's my Octominer. It's got 8 3090s in there. But, I have a goal that I'd want to do if I'm going to give away my big hash rate. Because that fucking thing is expensive to run. So, you guys ever want me to do the 3090 hash rate giveaway, then, you got to meet the goal that I usually set there. If you're wanting that to be a part of the winning. Because, man, a 3090 rig at this time, it's pretty nice whenever it's free hash Friday. Yo! And with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. All that good stuff. I got a hot date with the wifey tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and get up off of here so that I can go meet her up over at the bar. Have a little adult beverage with the wifey before we get back here and go live on DCA Adventure, everybody. So, certainly, everybody, smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. And may your watts be low and your hash be high, and I'll see you on the next one. Yo.